You sell on Amazon. What if your images are sharp? What if your A+ content is built out? What if you're sitting on hundreds of 5-star reviews? And what if your ad manager is doing everything by the book, every optimization, every adjustment, and you still can't go faster? It's not the car, it's not the driver, it's the engine. Amazon is the race, your product is the car. Your ad campaigns, that's the engine. Your ad manager, the driver. And right now, that engine is the go-kart engine on a Formula 1 track. Doesn't matter if Michael Schumacher is driving, that engine can't win the race. Let me show you what's under your hood. I audit Amazon ad accounts for a living, and every time I open one up, every time I look under the hood, I find the same thing. 3 numbers that tell me exactly how big your engine is. Your manager won't show them to you. Not because they're hiding them, but because they're the driver. The drivers don't get their hands dirty under the hood. That's not what they do. And every month you don't check, that go-kart engine is burning fuel and going nowhere. The race doesn't wait for you. Now, 3 numbers. The first one will make you angry. The second one will make you sick. The third one explains why the first 2 exist. You can check 2 of them yourself tonight. The third one, you'll need to ask your manager, and what they say back will tell you everything. Here's what I found the last time I opened the hood. I pulled the search term report, sorted by spend, filtered for 0 sales. $90,000 spent on ad targets that generated 0 sales. Not low sales, 0. That's fuel poured straight into your engine with nothing coming out. No speed, just gone. Your driver will tell you this is normal. We're testing new keywords, some don't convert, that's part of the process. And he's right, that is what drivers do. They push, they try, they look for speed wherever they can. But for how long? How many clicks? How many more months of spending money on keywords that never sold a single unit? You can check this yourself tonight. Open your ad console, sort by spend, filter for 0 sales. Look at that number. Now, the second number. I looked at the keywords that did get sales. Great, there's revenue, but I checked the margins. Ad sales, 55,000. Ad spend to get there, 85,000. You're spending more on ads than you're making back. That's fuel costing more than the speed it gives you. The engine runs, but every mile is a loss. Your driver will tell you this is strategy. We spend more money now to push your ranking up on Amazon. Once you're higher in search results, organic sales carry you. Smart driving, and maybe he's right. But is the total ad spend actually worth the sales you're getting? That one number tells you everything, but that's a conversation for another day. Right now, you have 2 numbers, 2 things you found under the hood. You're thinking, okay, let's cut the waste spend, fix the margins, problem solved. You are already ahead of 90% of sellers who never check anything at all. 5 years ago, there was less competition on Amazon. Fewer sellers, fewer ads. You could run 50 keywords and do well. But every year, more sellers show up, more ads, more competition. The market got faster, and your ad campaigns, they are the same size they've always been. The track changed, the engine didn't. But here's what you're not seeing yet. Let's ask one more question. How many keyword targets are actually running in this account? The answer looked fine, hundreds of targets. Decent number. Then I asked, how many of those are brand keywords? Your own brand name, your own product names, shoppers who were already looking for you. Then I stripped those out. And what was left? The non-brand keywords. The ones where you actually comparing against the field, it was almost nothing. That's not the engine. That's a go-kart engine, bolted into a race car. It looks great from outside, the car is beautiful, the driver is trying, but under the hood, there's almost nothing there. And now, the first 2 numbers make sense. Your driver clings to those keywords with 0 sales because he has nothing to replace them with. He defends the money-losing keywords because at least they're producing something. When your engine is that small, you can't afford to turn anything off, even the parts that costing you money, because without them, you've got nothing. That's not bad driving. That's a driver doing everything he can with a go-kart engine. The problem was never the driver, it was always the engine. And once you see that, you can't go back to blaming the driver. You can't go back to thinking a few optimizations will fix it. A go-kart engine is a go-kart engine. No amount of tuning changes what it is. And right now, every day, your competitors are building bigger. The gap gets wider. Not next year, today. How many non-brand keywords is your manager running right now? Do you know? Ask them. Separate brand from non-brand. That number, that's your real engine. Now, what if it didn't have to be this way? What if instead of 50 non-brand keywords, you had 10,000? What if you had so many targets that cutting the ones with zero sales didn't even matter because you had 9,999 more ready to go? What if you could bench a keyword after, say, 20 clicks with zero sales? Because the next one is already warmed up and ready to go. You don't need to run all 10,000 at full speed. That's the point. That's the whole point. A bigger engine doesn't mean you floor it everywhere. You have gears, you cruise at fifth, you accelerate when you are confident, and you downshift when the road gets tight. The engine gives you options. A go-kart engine gives you nothing. Just full throttle and hope. I showed the client this exact screenshot. 12,000 non-brand targets, live. $84,000 in sales in less than 60 days. Strong return on ad spend. He said, I was afraid to go that big. I thought it would burn through everything. That's because he had only ever raced a go-kart. When you've only known a small engine, a bigger one feels dangerous. More keywords feels like more risk. More targets feels like more ways to lose money. That's the go-kart thinking. A go-kart can't handle more fuel. A real engine can, because it was built to handle it. But here's the part nobody wants to hear. Building an engine like that, finding 10,000 keywords, researching everyone, launching the campaigns, managing the budget across all of them, that's not driving. That's engineering. It's a completely different skill set. And measuring whether it's all working, reading the diagnostics, knowing which numbers matter, knowing when to push and when to pull back, that's another skill on top of that. Your driver might be great, doing everything right with what he's got, but building a bigger engine, getting hands dirty under the hood, that's not what drivers do. So maybe it's not possible. Maybe you just keep racing with what you've got, tune what's there, hope the competition doesn't get there faster. Maybe that's the best anyone can do. That's the wrong conclusion. But I understand why you'd get there. Because it's not 3 skills you need from one person, it's 3 skills that need to exist somewhere on your team. Someone to build the engine, someone to drive it, and something to measure whether it's all working. Right now, you know more about what's under your hood than you did 10 minutes ago. You've got 3 numbers: how much fuel went nowhere, how much fuel costs more than the speed it gave you, and how big your real engine is once you strip out the brand and look at what's actually competing. The first one made you angry, the second one made you sick, and the third one, well, now you know why the first 2 exist. That's your engine. That's not your driver, it's not your car, your engine. And now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. And every report your manager sends you, you're going to read it differently. Next time you talk to your manager, or anyone managing your ads, you know what to ask. 3 numbers. How much I was spending on targets for 0 sales, how much I was spending on targets that lose money, and how much non-brand keywords are actually running. And that's your engine check. That's what's under the hood. Now, knowing what to look for and knowing what your account actually looks like are 2 different things. You can check the first 2 tonight. The third one, the real engine size, you'll need someone who knows what they're looking at. That's what I do. Send me your top 3 ASINs and your monthly ad budget. Takes 30 seconds. I'll take a look at the track, your listings, your competition, your category, and within 24 hours, I'll tell you honestly whether it even makes sense to go deeper. If it does, I'll ask for view access. That's when I open the hood. 48 hours later, every misfire, every dollar on fuel that went nowhere, what to fix first, a full engine diagnostic. You keep the diagnostic regardless of what you decide, and no pitch until you've seen the data. If I can't find a single misfire, you've lost nothing. You stop guessing. You see it. Send me your ASINs and budget, 30 seconds. If you're not ready yet, just drop the word engine and I'll get you the 3 questions engine check you can use on your own. Oh, and one more thing. There's one number that tells you whether your total fuel burn is actually worth the speed you're getting. One number that governs everything. That's the next video.